Hello everyone and welcome to the Carousel of Con. We have another resort tour here at the Disney All-Star Movies, and that's all thanks to Morgan for teaching Disney because she's staying here. She's able to get us in, so let's go check out the resort.
Carousel of Connor.
On March 22nd, the All-Star Movies Resort reopened after being closed for almost a year. This value resort is one of the cheapest options on Disney property. A standard room ranges from $119 to $241 a night. A preferred room is as low as $137 and as high as $266 a night. All-Star Movies officially opened its doors in 1999 and is themed to 5 different movies: 101 Dalmatians, Mighty Ducks, Fantasia, Herby the Love Bug, and Toy Story.
This is a pretty cool part about the resort. They actually have a red carpet that you can walk through to get into the resort. Makes you feel like a movie star, which I really like a lot. And they're also blaring this music right now too. So hopefully you guys can hear me. And then the red carpet also continues on in here, which is pretty cool. If you guys enjoyed this resort tour, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. So now we're in the main lobby. The music just got a lot more quiet. And you can see here's where all the reservations, you can make them. They have about maybe, looks like 2 at the moment right now, which seems like pretty normal for, what is today, a Monday? So, you know, pretty basic, I feel like. Or no, I think today's actually Tuesday. But yeah, not too crowded in here. But this is actually a really cool resort. And we're gonna turn around right here so you guys can see a little more. But this is kind of like what we're looking at here. And I really like it a lot. I like the ceiling too. I like the bigger lights too. But it is really cool in this resort right now. Here's like a little map here too where it tells you where everything kind of is, the guest rooms, the ATM, all that good stuff. Plus they have the schedule for the buses, which is super convenient. And then if you go right over here towards this wall, they have a bunch of different movie clips here, different movies. You can see Star Wars over there, that's one I can notice right away. You also have Forrest Gump up here, which is a pretty noble one. And then you got Walt himself too, which is pretty cool. So they got like all this like little like nostalgic photos kind of lined up here, which you know, really kind of sets the scene, I guess, for, no pun intended, for, you know, this resort. Alright guys, now we're by double feature, which is the gift shop here. So you guys know how much I love Disney merch and Disney bargains. So let's see if we can find anything in this store in particular. Alright guys, Morgan's filming her video. If you guys want to follow her channel, I'll link that in the description below. You also have all the All-Star Resort merch here, which you guys know I always like to go to kind of like the more exclusive stuff to the resort. But this is pretty cool here. $6.99 for that magnet. I like that. And then they kind of a matching thing, but it's just like the keychain. Oh. And then they have the ornaments too. I know I'm gonna be paying for this, so let's find out how much it is. $16.99. And then they have a mug here too, which I actually like really like this mug for some reason, but it's $16.99. I don't know like why I like either, because it's not like super fancy or anything like that. I just like how simple like the graphic is. It kind of gives you like that, like, I don't know, like it just gives you the vibe of this resort, I feel like. They also have a shot glass too for $9.99. And then they have this shirt here too, which is just all 3 resorts together: sports, music, and movies. So now I've actually been to 2 of them. I've only stayed at 1, but music I still have to go to. And this is $24.99, which, you know, is pretty decent for a resort t-shirt. And there is nothing on the back in case you're wondering. And there is like a little logo for the resort too on the bottom, and the different Mickeys match the lettering, so I think that's cool. Alright, so they have the All-Star Resorts pin here. My only beef with this is that it's like just so general. Like they don't have for the exclusive resort. Like it'd be cool if they had a movie one, sports one, and a music one all separate. But this is a silver, so it's $9.99. And let's get out of the focus there. Here we go, guys. There wasn't a ton of All-Star movie exclusive merch here, but I think what they did have was a really good selection. I always see this hat at literally every Disney gift shop, it feels like, and I never pulled the trigger. I always say I want it, and I never do. So maybe one day. I don't think it's like that much for a hat either. It's also a Nike hat. Yeah, $34.99. Still haven't pulled the trigger on this one, but one day I will. So for $19.99, they have this really cool mug with the Dalmatians trying to watch the TV. How cool is that? I've actually haven't seen this before. For $22.99, they have a Space Mountain mug.
The world premiere food court is the lone dining option at the All-Star Movies Resort. World Premiere is currently only allowing mobile order, but you can dine both inside and outside. I asked a cast member about its famous secret menu, but that is currently unavailable due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The restaurant is open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern every single day.
Alright guys, so we're just looking at the directory right now. We just came through the main lobby. Here we are, and as you guys can see, we got the big pool right here, which we're going to see in just a second. And then we also have all the different sections here. So we're going to check out Toy Story, we're going to check out Love Bug, we're going to check out all this good stuff, Fantasia, Mighty Ducks, all that. We're going to check it out in just a moment. And usually you see a separate sign for the running trail. This is actually a part of the regular directory, which I think is kind of cool. And this is like pretty like a pretty easy one to follow here. It's literally just like pretty much a line in front of all the resorts. So maybe not the most eventful, but like as you guys know, if you ever hear me talk about the running tours, I always like to kind of weave in here and go around there and run around all the cool like stuff to look at. Especially there's so many cool stuff to look at here, so many good photo ops. So there is the pool, and you have Sorcerer Mickey shooting the water into the pool from Fantasia. I think that's really cool. But as you can see, it's very crowded, and it's actually currently closed because they did hit capacity due to COVID-19. So we couldn't go in here even if we wanted to. But in case you are coming here, pool hours are 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. You have the recreation activities here, which is pretty cool. They have the movie Under the Stars, and that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. It looks like they have some good ones to choose from too. My favorite out of all these, oh man, it's gonna be controversial, guys. I'm gonna go with Tarzan. I could go for some Tarzan right now. They also have a lot of different pool games and things like that, so I think this would be a pretty cool place to, any Disney resort really has these kind of activities which make Disney resorts that much more special in my opinion. But it's really cool that they do have a lot of different activities to choose from. Guys, you see they have this interactive water feature. It kind of has like the icebergs and everything like that. It's very cool looking. Here's the Silver Screen and Spirits, which is the pool bar here, and I can guarantee you we will be going there later. Alright, so we're entering our first section, which is the Toy Story themed area. And this is cool. I know I always talk to you guys, I always like kind of like the outdoor entrances. I like that you can go outside of your room. It's like the classic like Disney style in my opinion. The soldiers on the top, I mean, I think that's just such a cool like addition too. I like that a lot, that you can like, you know, you can have like a soldier guy like over your room almost, which is pretty sweet. I know like, you know, 10-year-old me would be all about that. And then you also have the cool RC car too, which was always one of my favorites from the movie. And there you go, Morgan's getting on in there. Thank goodness Morgan is here, because she actually pointed out that the bucket of soldiers is the staircase, which is really cool. I don't know how I missed that, but that is pretty cool. And I also like this one soldier up here. He's kind of just like looking down with his little binoculars. This is probably my favorite part of this entire section, is just this Andy's room keep out. You're like entering his room. Like how great of storytelling and theming is that? And then you go right in here and you got a giant Buzz Lightyear kind of looking at you. And then you go over here and you got a giant Woody kind of sitting over here chilling. They have a giant Woody here, which is really cool, but they actually have a no climbing sign. So I'm sure they don't want kids climbing out. Obviously they don't, and I'm sure kids probably were before this. Now I don't know if this was like a COVID thing or whatnot. I'm assuming not. I'm thinking this was probably always here. But they do have some COVID guidelines right here. I absolutely love too like this sheriff badge, and also like the little clouds too that they have here. It's just like those little like attention details are so cool. So guys, this is the second section we're gonna look at here, and it's the Fantasia section, which is pretty cool. They have the Sorcerer's Mickey hat, which is really neat to look at just because it is such a huge scale. They have all the different soldiers, as you guys can see, and also the ballet dancer as well. So pretty awesome here at the Fantasia section. Another cool to point out here too is you have Fantasia 2000 on this side, and then Morgan was just saying to her subscribers that Fantasia is on this side, so it's two different ones, which is pretty cool. Alright guys, so Morgan noticed this, I did not. I'm gonna give her credit, but we were looking at the soldiers here, and one of them is missing a leg. I haven't seen Fantasia in a very long time, so put in the comments below guys why that is. This is actually a really cool feature too, because you have Herbie right here, and it's like the winner circle. I mean, like I said in the beginning, this is like really great like photo ops, this one included. This is like really awesome. All the different flags around this part of the resort too have the number 53 on it for Herbie, which I think is just like cool kind of addition. One thing I think is really cool too, if you look over here, is you have the wrench, and not only do you have the wrench, but you have the size of what the wrench is. Like I just love those like details too. So just to give you guys a little bit of a layout, the Fantasia pool is right over there, and now we're over in the 101 Dalmatians section. So this is actually a pretty cool area too, because if you actually look at the different rooms, there's different dogs on the side, which I think is really cool. And then you have some of the main ones right here. But that is pretty awesome that they have the Dalmatians like all the way over, because I know as a kid too, like I'd be super excited to have like a certain one, right? I'll be like, oh, this one's here and it's like not anywhere else. Like that would be kind of cool to like brag about, to be honest. Another thing that's really awesome too is if you actually look at the walkway here, they have dog bones, and on the dog bones we noticed that they have actually the names on here. So it's Canine Crunchies, which is the kind of brand that they eat, which is really cool that they actually have that little detail too. It's cool that they just have the bones here, let alone like the print on it. Also, I just want to point out the stairs over in the 101 Dalmatians area, they do have a giant fire hydrant. So good thing they don't have a giant dog peeing on it. So this is a pretty cool photo op here because it almost looks like a rug here, and then you have, this isn't Spot, is it?
No,
Nope.
It doesn't say who it is.
One of the 101 Dalmatians, number 79 I believe this is. He's looking at like the TV, which is kind of cool, and then you have Morgan kind of jumping in there. But that is really cool. It's a great photo op, and if you do happen to stay at this resort, I think this is definitely a cool place to check out. In every one of the sections, guys, if you look closely, there's usually something on the top to look at that maybe you might not notice at first. But this one is the dog nappers, which is pretty cool. You can actually see, like, it almost looks like it's driving too, because you can see the back of it kind of like blowing in the wind.
Oh, that's Cruella!
And then you have Corella's car over here. And guys, let me know in the comments below what you thought about the trailer for the new Cruella movie coming out. Because honestly, I thought it looked pretty cool. And I like Emma Stone as well, so it should be interesting to see how that one turns out. And let me know in the comments below, guys, what is your favorite section of this resort? So you have the 101 Dalmatians, Fantasia, the Mighty Ducks, which we haven't seen yet, we're getting there. We also had Herbie, I almost said fully loaded, Herby The Love Bug, and then we also have Toy Story as well. So let me know in the comments below what is your favorite. So guys, we're over in the Mighty Ducks section. You already know what my favorite part of this resort is, as you can see by my shirt, but I'm super excited to check this section out. One thing I think is really cool too is you actually have Goofy in the goal here. It's like a little post, and like, I know this is just my opinion, and you guys can let me know which one you like better, but I actually like this better than the Fantasia pool, because you can't see from here, but actually like the bottom of the pool actually looks like a hockey rink too, which is really awesome. You can see the pool hours are 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. What's really nice too is if you do have like a dinner reservation or anything like that, they do have a scoreboard here which actually has the time that it is currently. So if you were in the pool, you can keep looking at that. I mean, obviously you have your phone, but it's nice to know that if you just look up, you have the time right there. And if you are gonna miss a reservation or something, at least you know that, you know, get the kids out of the pool by a certain time, and you know, you can get that dinner reservation, or you know, wherever you're going. But that is pretty cool. These bathrooms are absolutely amazing because it looks like a locker room. And you actually look, each one has like its own locker. So you can see the Mighty Ducks right here, the helmet, and then they also have the hockey stick as well. Really cool. I love like these old school like goalie masks too. Like I know this is the Ducks and things like that, but I always just love that style too. It's like Jim Craig back in like the USA versus Russia days. It's pretty cool. You guys can see all the pucks, but also looks like there's like a crowd on the roof. You can kind of see like the crowd almost like looking down as if like you were playing the game. And I also love the fact they have these giant hockey sticks is really cool. And Morgan had pointed out back in Toy Story that they had the bucket of soldiers was the actual stairwell. Here they actually have a goalie net as the stairwell, and there's a puck in the corner, so it's almost like hitting top shelf. That is pretty sweet. One thing I didn't point out before too is it does say Donald's over the men's section, which I think is pretty cool. And then we did notice that this is actually the laundry area where it says Ducks.
I thought it was family.
And then Daisy's is the women's section. As promised, as always, no resort tour is complete without getting a drink from the pool bar. And here we are, guys. We are going to get our pool bar drink right now. You can see the featured drinks right here. They have the frozen drinks over on this side, and then they also have on the rocks as well. I think I'm gonna go for the Pina Colada, which has Bacardi raspberry rum blended with flavors of coconut, pineapple, and raspberry puree. Spoiler alert, guys, I've had this before, it's delicious. We're actually having our drinks over in the real spot because it's just more shade, not a lot of people around, so it's a pretty cool area to actually like enjoy your drink. Okay, so I got the Pina Colada for $13. It's Bacardi raspberry rum blended with flavors of coconut, pineapple, and raspberry puree. I've actually made this one at home a few times. I don't know if it's ever been as good, but that puree stuff, that's no joke. It's good. So like I said, I've had this before, so I know I'm probably gonna enjoy this. And you also get like a little pineapple on top, which is nice. Oh yeah, that's good. Like I said, puree like really makes it very sweet. Can't really taste much of the alcohol in this, honestly, but it is really good, so can't complain. One thing I just wanted to point out too about this resort is it is literally right next to not only Animal Kingdom, but to a McDonald's. So if you are looking for maybe like a cheaper option or just like a late night snack, this is like an easy, quick drive because literally the entrance is right down that road. So not a bad option here if you are going to the All-Star Resorts. There's a McDonald's right outside. I just want to take a brief moment to thank Bill Vivers and Marsha Tutt. I appreciate you guys. All right, everyone, so we are right by the Toy Story section again. So that means it is the end of our resort trip. We finished our drinks. They were delicious. Thanks so much, guys, for joining me. Thank you, Morgan, for joining me and walking around too, and for letting me in here because it's kind of hard to get into Disney Resort sometimes. Today was super easy because I just thought I was with a guest. So that was awesome. And thank you so much, guys, for joining me every single time. I really do appreciate it. We keep growing every single day, and it really does mean so much to me. And we'll see you on the next go around.
Bye.